when you show up for yourself, eventually other people will show up for you.
The fifth reason why most YouTube channels fail is because the creator is stuck in a fan mentality. And look,
I think Katie's right. And I've been exposed. I had definitely been stuck in this whole fan era of my content creation experience thus far in the beginning. And now I kind of understand, and it explains a lot of moves and a lot of feelings I've been having towards why some of my things just haven't really been performing the way I thought they would be, or when I meet some of my favorite creators and then like make a video about it, it's just like, and I think like, oh, they'll see it, kind of thing like that, but it's just like, dang, I've still been a fangirl, quote unquote, and it's just like, whoa, that's heavy. So here's some things I've been thinking about, and some topics you can think about too as you're going into your content creation YouTuber journey. So I just realized that I've been really in the fan mentality, and honestly, like as a fan, I think I've made it as far as meeting my favorite creators this year, and I've done it all in like 6 months, you know, and I've gotten to meet Colin and Samir, Jaden Gavert, Jordan Dunseith, Evan, and a bunch of other creators that I've been watching on the internet for years, and you're just like, this is great. But when I started making videos about it, I was just like, why is it not getting as much attention as I thought it'd be? Or like, why is this? And just like asking all these whys and realizing I've been stuck in this fan mentality. And then when I have these opportunities to have conversations with these creators, I'm just like, I struggled to find or explain like what my voice was. So something I've been really thinking about now is one, as you're creating your videos, building your channel, what is your voice? And that's a slippery slope that can go down into the conversations of what's your niche, and you got to know what you're talking about. And in some senses, yes, that works for some people, but for a vast majority, that doesn't work. And as you go along what you like to make, it generally starts to cultivate. And the more practice you get in, the more videos you make, you're like, okay, now this is what I want to talk about. This is what my place is. And that's all part of the journey. And I think sometimes what I've been experiencing is you can't skip steps. Yes, for some people, the 1 in a million people tend to drop a couple videos and all of a sudden they blow up, like boom. Everybody's watching them. They got millions of subscribers, all that stuff, monetizing within months. But for everybody, it's not the same. And comparing yourself to those journeys doesn't mean that's going to be your journey. And I'm having my coming to reality moment right now, and I'm sharing it with you. So that's one point. And so now that you've gotten to the point of knowing what you want to talk about, where do we go from here? Come on. And from a learning perspective, you got to start asking yourself, what are my goals? Is it making money? Is it building a video diary just to look back on later, to share or remember your experiences? Or Do you want to use this as an opportunity to build a business? Because YouTube, social media, content creation is a thriving business that is still in its infancy. So wondering, why are you making videos? What is the point? What do you want to do with it? That gives you some sense of direction, but at the same time, you don't want to get bogged down with it. And it's okay to adjust your goals, adjust your plans, and figure out what works for you. Why are you pressing record? And that's most important, is remembering your why will keep you going in the long run. Because if you're in it for the money, if you're in it for the fame, if you're in it for trying to grow your channel overnight, it's going to be hard. It's really going to be hard, and that's going to be very difficult to keep going and finding that motivation, because that's very momentary and it can stress you out. So have a solid why and you can get a long way. So now that we found talking about our voice, we got our figuring out why are we making videos. Let's check out our next. Okay. Next, you want under. Oh, what dang? Hold on. Ooh, Tony, get out of here. Okay, sorry. So next, you want to expand your knowledge, and that is such an interesting thing. As you're growing in this content creation YouTube journey, there's so many people that have been where you are, been where I am, and learning from what they've done, learning from what systems they put in place to help them grow, that's very important, and that can help you'll go a long way, because expanding your knowledge helps, because we all take in knowledge differently and we apply it differently as well. So for me, I grew up mostly playing sports, and I found that I played almost every sport out there, and every sport has a very common core, fundamentals that applies and translates to almost anything you do. So likewise, when it comes to content creation and things like that, finding out what is the core. And the core of content creation is story. Story is king, because nowadays anybody can grab a camera, pick up their phone and press record, but what is the reason and what can keep people engaged? That is where we separate ourselves. So learning how to tell a good story, learning how to draw people in and keep them staying is so key, and that takes time. You can read all the books. I don't read personally, it's just not my thing. You can watch all the videos, do all the tutorials, but over time, the last key to all that is what's the growth from action and knowledge. Put them together, and that makes wisdom. So when you start applying what you learn, then you start to see your storytelling starts to improve. You start to see the growth, maybe internally in your process and how you do things. And eventually, hey, come here, fool. Eventually you start to notice change, and you start to see growth, and you start to understand that everything you're doing is growing. You're slowly getting to where you want to go, and that's the best part. That's what you want. You want to get to, when you get to that moment, you start to see, oh snap, I'm starting to get strides. Oh snap, I'm starting to see the changes in what I'm doing. Because I bet you, when you look at your first video to maybe even your 10th video, your 20th video, 50th video, 100th video, whatever it is, you'll see the growth and change in yourself, that everything you've been learning is slowly start to change your style, slowly start to apply everything you've learned, and you start to become an expert. And eventually someone else is going to be where you're at, where I'm at right now. They're going to watch one of your videos and they'll be like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand. So just being patient, and the beauty of it is the journey is the destination. And so our final step to wrap it all up is, you want to tell them, Tony? You want to tell them, Tony? Just be you. Say it, Tony. Just be you. I'm about to get bopped if I keep messing with him. So, well, Tony's not letting me leave. So our last step is just be you, allowing your personality to show, allowing your personality to help people connect to you. Because yes, you are recording by yourself most times. Well, I got Tony here, so I'm not really by myself. But you realize this is gonna get lonely sometimes. But when you start to cultivate your personality, allowing to be yourself, because that's when I've noticed that when you're yourself, that's what people stay. That's what people stay for, is your personality, what you like to make, what you have to talk. Of course, you want to apply. Of course, you want to apply value, give some knowledge, something, give people reasons why to watch. But after a while, people are going to keep coming back for you, for your personality. And that's what's beauty about YouTube, is you can be yourself and not have to hide it, because of course not everybody's personality is for the masses. We learn that through life, but the more we keep cultivating and learning about ourselves, the more we show ourselves a bit more on camera, the better it'll be for your content. The better people can find that, yes, you may be talking about a millionth topic. People can find there's like 100 videos on, even on content creation itself, but your voice, your perspective, your personality is like, oh snap, I like this person, I like what they're saying. I may have heard it before, but they're pretty cool. And come on, where are you going? All right, well, Tony changed his mind, so let's change up this angle. So, oh, dang, that's bright. That is bright. I probably really need an ND filter eventually. I'm still new at this. So we're learning. But again, y'all, that's really what it all comes down to. People are here for your personality. Give people reasons to come back for you. That's all anyone needs, is to feel that people appreciate who they are, appreciate your value, appreciate your personality, you as a person. And that's what's going to be a source of motivation, because when you show up for yourself, eventually other people will show up for you. So keep creating and enjoy the process of being in the beginning stages where you can explore all your ideas. Because, not to sound morbid or anything, nobody's watching. Of course, you got some subscribers that may be watching this video right now. You got some new people that are checking you out for the first time. But remember that while nobody is watching, build the foundation that you want. Because that's the key in your mind, when things start working out for you, you'll already have a catalog of information, a catalog of videos that people can look at and see the growth that you've already made. And that's where your value is. When your growth is obviously seen, hey, you build credibility, your validity is there, the value is there, everything you have to offer is there. So just keep creating, enjoy the journey. And thank you, Katie, for actually speaking to the beginners. I find it difficult sometimes, like as I watch some of like my favorite creators, they are now building, they're in a whole different realm of YouTube than I am. And as a beginner, there's not too many voices you hear as often as getting started. You hear the experts' way of telling you need to do this, do this, do this. But when you're in the thick of it in the beginning, sometimes you just got to meet some people that are feeling how you feeling and gets it. Because yes, eventually you'll be able to add your voice into the expert conversations when you may hit the 1,000 subscribers. You may hit, even if you don't, eventually you'll find yourself understanding what people were saying. But in the beginning, just keep making what you're making and watch yourself grow. So till next time, appreciate y'all for sticking around and kicking it with me and come here, boy. Me and little Tony here. Say what's up to the people, Tony. I'm telling you, this cat's gonna beat me up. But until next time, stay groovy. Much love. We out.